YouTube, it's Brian Phillips, finally with an update on the house. It's been coming along great. There's been tons of good progress, but one of the slowest processes so far has been drywall, mud, and tape because it has to dry on the wall. So we have our garage doors, which is super exciting. We're one step closer to RC airplanes in this house and only 400 more to go. But we have the magnetic things on there on this side and we have them not on that side. And we're really happy with them. It was ordered correctly after some effort and installed. It looks like they did a really nice job. So we're gonna go inside and show you our small homeless camp. Okay. We changed our mind. We're not going inside yet. We will freeze for your sake, YouTube. So if you've never seen these things before, they're awesome. And they are just magnets, okay? You can get real wood faced doors, and then you have to get screw-on style that have hardware that caps over it. They're actually quite a bit more expensive, and you just put them right up next to the weather strip and wherever you want to locate them. Some people like to do 2 doors, so it looks like a, you know, 2 sets
like
of
a
doors.
carriage style door.
Yeah, and then they would match both sizes. But then these handles work really nice, and we think it's a super nice way to dress up a door. And
they're super cheap. We can link them below.
We'll link them below, guys, and they are awesome. So buy some for yourself. In fact, we're going to be buying some more for ourselves as well. Okay, guys, so we got the garage doors. We paid for Stihl backed, and we paid for the heavy duty, which is barely any more money. It's a couple $100 more, and you get a heck of a lot more R value. Not that it's going to make a huge difference being that we're in a garage. But here in Iowa, as you can probably imagine, it's cold. I think our forecast for Wednesday is like -6.
It's colder than Alaska here.
Well, it's colder than Alaska today. So, and then we got the MyQ, Wi-Fi, battery backup, Liftmaster, belt-driven door openers. Again, the door companies like these things because they don't want to stock 50 choices, and they're really a lot quieter. We had a belt-driven in our first house, and we really liked it, and it was a 3-story townhouse where the bottom floor would have been our garage. Worked great. We never had a bit of problems with it. And obviously we have 2 of those, and then the door openers outside. But this is how high is this door, hon?
8 foot.
This is, normally you'd have this many panels, and then we have the extra panel. Of course, we chose to put the windows in the top pane. If you put them in this pane, this is a shorter pane. This is a shorter opening. But you can have your door company order it up here and then flip-flop these panels. So check with your door company if you're getting those. We've been very happy with Omega's taking care of us, and they handle our area, and they did our current house, and I think they might have done our last house too. So we've had good luck with them. And as you can see, we have our homeless camp here. This is, oh wait, this isn't a homeless camp. These are cabinets. That's what they are. It's a lot of cabinets, guys. These things, look, we have our first casualty. We haven't even technically got any cabinets installed in the first casualty. This is the sort of thing that it's humbling to people like me because there's a lot of waste in a project like this, and it irritates me to death, but it is what it is. This is all the stuff that they used to cover the floor to keep the immense amount of drywall off of the floor, concrete floor and all. They want to try to mitigate some of that mess, and then they wrap it up and they take it out, which is pretty cool. The drywallers did a good job of cleaning up. I was amazed. About the only thing they didn't clean up was on the windowsills. They did not get the dust off. And other than that, they did a pretty good job. So, and then obviously there was we had a blizzard come through, so we had the plastic across here, and our builder took and just put some drywall and plywood, and then they missed some texture here, but that's no big deal because they are literally going to have 100 spots to touch up. So we'll take you inside, but we got to show you our awesome new feature. You're never going to guess what it is. Okay guys, so this is a cabinet that we got. We have some special connections in the inside world, and so we got a total of 3 out of 400 cabinets. And what we did was we were able to get those from like returns on other jobs, damage on other jobs, just scratches and things like that. So we got 3. It's great, and those are going to go in our laundry room. So We lucked out on that. And if you-
Significantly cheaper.
Significantly cheaper. So let's come all the way around. Show them these awesome heavy duty hinges. Look at that. You would almost think they're sponsoring this video, but they are absolutely not sponsoring the video. All right, come on through.
All right, let's go.
Ooh, look at that fancy dance.
Oh, yeah, that's
going to
new.
be our only water that's hooked up, except that it's not. So,
No.
never mind. More garbage.
Oh, look.
What are these things? Stairs.
It's a novelty in our
You're
world.
so used to having the death plank that it just freaks you out the first time you see stairs. So anyway, come on in. We have a let's show them the doorknob.
Oh, yep.
We've been trying to save money
It's
on
really,
doorknobs.
really high tech.
So we have a chunk of plywood with a screw in it. Ooh, it's warm in here. Come on in, guys. This is our mudroom. Welcome to our mudroom. You've seen it 100 times. It looks so much different with the transom window cut out.
Here, yep.
Guys, you remember the transom window we've been talking about for like 400 years that didn't exist? That's what it's going to look like, except it might look slightly
Hopefully,
better with
slightly,
trim.
yeah.
And then you may have noticed as you walked into our wonderful half bath that there is hardware. Doors. It's so pretty. Show them the hardware. What is it?
Oil rub bronze.
So we're learning already that oil rub bronze shows scratches, which
Boo.
is not good for people like me.
No.
Come on in. Okay, so whoa, it's so different. It really does look a lot different. I mean, those transom windows. We
Here,
had
let's
a vision.
show 'em.
We had a vision.
See, look at the light.
Stuck to it. They tried repeatedly to not put them in, and then finally they're here. It's a miracle. This is supposed to be glass. Not a big deal for now. Welcome to the YouTube office. So it's going to be super cool because that's going to be glass, and it's going to look a lot like there's not a door there, which is going to be exactly what we're going for. And then I can say, work on YouTube. It's going to be awesome. And then we opted for the most space inefficient style doors after our architect told us that he could do either one. Come over here, something I missed.
Oh, no.
Look
What?
at that cool view. You can see the window from the
Oh, that will be cool.
You have to be a little taller than my wife, so
Yeah.
she's standing here holding the camera like on her tippy toes, but I'm just standing here. And it's just, anyway.
That's
it's
cool.
really
I
exciting,
didn't
'cause
think
we
about
haven't
that.
seen this in daylight in a week.
No, we have not.
So come on in. This is one of the cabinets here. This is actually going to act as the base of our banquette. And for those of you that don't know what a banquette is, welcome to the club. A banquette is a booth.
No, it's not.
It's a booth that you sit into and then slide around. So those are going to form
The base.
the base.
Yep.
And then this plywood, I believe, is going to face it. And then there'll be a seat on it. And then there'll be a table of some sort, and then cabinets on this side. Cabinets for the kitchen, and then a huge island. Look, toe kick. That's so exciting.
What's that for?
It doesn't look like it really matches.
No,
anything either.
that's.
So as you can see, there's a lot done from the last update. It's so exciting to see it come together. Good Lord, look at those marks up there. What were they planning on cutting in like a much larger? They did cut this side.
Yeah, they did.
All right, let's look over here. So the deck, wonderful, covered with snow. I don't know if you've seen it in daylight. Have they seen it in daylight?
The deck? Yeah, we've been out there.
You've seen it in daylight. So if you want to see it without snow on it, just go back a few videos. And then of course the stairway doesn't look any different, so we're not going to waste a bunch of your time with that. They are setting up the table to start doing some work. Let's take them down the hallway.
The trim pile. The trim's all here.
Oh, the trim. That's right. This is the trim. We're doing this type of trim. It's white. It's going to be beautiful. And then the doors are going to be white to match.
Yep.
This is not going to be this type of door. You can imagine what it'd be like if it was a barn door, though. There would not be a hole in it, and it would look like this, except the other way around. This is upside down. So it's going to go on a rail and go back and forth. This door actually belongs on that linen closet, so no big deal. And then this one's also going to be a barn door. So we have the kits. It's going to be a black hardware. Was it?
Yep. Nope, that's black.
So, and then the front door, as you can see, nothing's changed there. But I don't know if did we ever show them the blinds?
I don't know.
I think we need to break them in. Okay, guys.
The middle one works.
This is how this works, okay? Goes all the way down, and then as you get to the top, when you get to the top, you see it changes the angle, okay? Then you can do whatever angle you want. Get your privacy, get less privacy, get this type of privacy, let some light in up, and then of course you can pull it all the way back up. So the only thing is, and we warned you guys about this earlier because we didn't know it, and it's really frustrating because Pella's website does not show any of this. These are Pella windows. The width of this rail is quite wide, and if you have a not so big transom, or rather a side light, you need to seriously consider that, okay? Because it does take up a lot of your window.
Yep.
I mean, it's probably gonna be not a big deal. This plastic, I wanted to rip this off since we got the door, but we're just gonna be patient and wait. There's so many cool steps that we're getting to, and every time we come back, there's gonna be something new and cool to see. So without further ado, let's go down the hall. This was here, I was gonna make a note and I forgot. So this is where some of our children will reside. They have a door.
More doors.
It comes pre-scratched. The boys don't need as big a closet, so they had a little bit smaller closet. The other thing I was going to show, let's show the people at home in the girls' room. So imagine what this would be like with the door, swing, and it's got a handle. Okay. Come on down, guys. So the girls' room, they have a wider closet because they're girls and they're going to have more stuff in there. So that's pretty exciting. This is where they mixed all the drywall mud, and the floor is finally getting dried out, which is
But
super
it's clean.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's generally clean. It's such a good feeling because I am a clean freak and I hate when there's a mess. So even though I'm a hoarder.
You
Look
said
at
it.
this. Look at this, guys.
Oh, this is super high
We
tech
paid
and awesome.
extra for this high-tech thermostat.
Top
This
of the
is
line.
top of the line, energy rated, EPA guidelines for 1992. Bathroom. We haven't showed you much in here. There's not much has happened, but this is what the door looks like.
Same as
And then behind that door, there's another door for our linen. So exciting stuff. And come on in. We might as well. Let's
It's
show
dark.
the people. Watch this, guys. See this? Doorknob. Doorknob. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss the doorknobs, which is kind of nice. Oh, I hit that shim, but only just slightly. Come on out. Oh, this is so cool. The master bedroom, also known as the greenhouse. So we're so excited about this room. Got a little bit more maintenance to do down there on the trees, and we want to turn that into something just amazing. And then the kids playing on the top of this knoll here, and then on the back knoll. Not sure exactly how that's going to go. We'll probably take hay off of the back. We're not sure how we're going to do it, but this is the back. And you can kind of see, I don't know if they can see, yeah, at the top of the hill, there's a stake up there-ish. Can
Yeah.
you see? Am I lining
I don't
up?
know if you can see it in the video though.
But yeah, it comes down here, and then it does narrow back by the wood line, or by the tree line rather. And what we're gonna do is, for this year coming up, to satisfy the powers that be, we're gonna probably take hay off of that so we can keep our agricultural use. And then we're gonna potentially do some different crops and different measures. But there is grass planted back there. So for all of you who know, when you plant this corn, the grass is gonna get to be a problem if you're planting corn in the same plot. All right, come on in, master bathroom. Hold on. There's a door. Same door. Come on in. Master bathroom. If you haven't seen it yet, obviously this is the water closet. There was much debate about the width of the door, okay? It's nice to know that I can open the door and walk in, and it's not like a public restroom at the DOT where you can barely turn around. You have to wipe your legs across a disgusting toilet. Hopefully it's not gonna be like that here, but there will be ample room in there, and I'm excited to break it in. The shower is not any further than it was. Come on in. This is the master closet. There's gonna be an attic access. Our active dormer split the roof system in half. So we have to have an access on both sides. But what do? It's awesome. The only thing I would do different if we had like $1 million to spend would be to higher pitch roof and then higher on the back half and more windows, because like there's not enough windows in this house as it is. So you've seen the upstairs. We'll give you a really quick basement update. There's not much going on down there, but that'll be where we wrap it up.
Okay.
We're gonna film walking out. we love walking through the store. It's so cool. And then also, one other thing we wanted to share is we had kind of a thing over this window. And the thing turned out to be that I was right. I know it's weird. It does happen
has to happen once, so.
But this light, there's certain times of the afternoon where the light shines all the way down this hall.
Down the hall.
And it is awesome. And not only that, but there's a road out there. It's the main road that's in front of our house, obviously. And that road, which is also, you know, the runway, the Phillips runway, 1,220 feet of pure delight, brand new asphalt. You can see cars coming. And from this spot in the house, you can see out that side, that side, that side, that side, sort of out, and then over here.
You can see out every side of
It's
the
really
house
cool.
from here.
So
Yep.
we're super excited, and it's warm in here. That's the other thing. We
Yes.
can't, you don't have the Friezo vision, but outside it is so cold, and inside it is so warm. And we still have gaping holes, like where they put tape over, like on the front door there. We have, you know, like this sort of energy efficient,
Masking tape.
single-sided masking tape. And then, you know, doors that don't quite close right yet. So there's still lots of improvement to be experienced. So you might as well take them downstairs. We have to show them the drain. Let's show them the drain on
Oh.
Okay, because that's pretty exciting stuff. The stairway, you've seen it before. There's gonna be a window here. I don't know why that one did get cut out, which probably seems crazy to most of you, but when it's all done, you're gonna be like, that was an awesome idea. Come on down, including my wife. Still probably thinks I'm nuts.
We'll see.
The transom here, again, doesn't really make sense now, but it's gonna make sense later. This will be glass, but
Yep.
for now, it's just not. But you get the idea. So down here, we have the basement. Like I said, not really magical right now, but just a couple of, you know, items. Look how bright it is during the day. It's beautiful, especially with the snow on the ground. You put drywall in here, it's gonna feel like an upstairs. I mean, you're not gonna know the difference, except for the fact that you got deck poles coming down. So, and another thing, as you're building your house, this concrete, you can see where the dirt is bearing the wall, okay? And then there's even some ice up here still. It's crazy how long it takes for this stuff to dry. And we've been told it's gonna take a long time. So we're a little bit bummed by that, but what are you gonna do? It's Mother Nature. So, it's Mother Nature, excuse me. So come on out. That's where the window's gonna be. So that's obviously gonna make it even more like an upstairs, downstairs, which is part of the reason why you go for a walkout. Our current house is daylight windows, so the windows are just right over the grass or whatever finish you got outside. And super, super nice way to do it if you can. And then the drywall for hanging on the ceiling. And then of course down here. But we have to show them the awesome drain. Okay, so we have a high-tech solution for those of you that are trying to dry out your house. Obviously when you're drying out the house, it's literally running water constantly. We have taped a hose onto a PVC. This is the high quality workmanship, yours truly. Guys, I was gonna do an update video just for this. They used some clear packing tape, but I used an entire roll of master. What is that? Oh, that's just electrical tape.
You have to have a Mountain Dew bottle too. It
And here's the
doesn't work
catch,
without
guys.
that.
Why is it not just going in the drain? Good question. Because our drain goes to nowhere. Because when you hire people to dig basements, they dig basements. But when you hire somebody to dig a septic system or to get water to your house, you hire them and then they're like, we're really busy, we'll get there, just, it'll happen. And then 5 months later, you've had that conversation 20 times and they're still not here. But from what I'm told, they will eventually get here.
Someday.
Preferably before we live here. But that drain goes to nothing. And the rest of the house drains to nothing. It's literally capped off with dirt and then ducting. So that will happen soon, but that's the whole idea behind this wonderful solution. We're running the hose directly to the sump pump, which is incidentally plumbed out. So that's the only way for us to concisely evacuate the water from the house right now, which is super annoying because honestly our sump pump will probably never run in this landscape. We should drain away from the house because of the walkout, and when it gets to the wettest times of the year with heavy rains and things like this, the water is generally going to go away from the house, so we should be okay. But as you can see, we've got humidifiers going, and that's what you have to do as the trim comes in. The wood's going to want to swell and bend and twist and things like this, so we're trying to mitigate most of that. So with that, guys, we want to thank you for stopping by our house. The property as a whole is coming together to the point where we're going to be moving in the next, hopefully, about 2 months, which is crazy to say that, 2 to 3 months, somewhere in there. And so that means that however inactive I've been on YouTube, there will be an even more inactive period while we're moving stuff. But we want to keep you appraised of, like, as we set up the shop, which is going to be kind of over behind you. And I know a lot of you want to see how we do that, just to get ideas for your own shop. And then also I will be asking for your input, possibly on a few items. And then also how we store airplanes. That's a big thing I know some of you guys are curious about. And then just seeing the current surplus of airplanes was always kind of fun to do that. But anyway, that's all we've got for you today. Check the description below. We got tons of different products that you can help buy to support the channel. Minimal percentages of the proceeds, like single-digit percentages, go to us. So if you bought $1 million worth, we'd really like you. But the thing is, we're realistic. We know how it is. We shop at the best price. We're just like you, except we're on the other side of the camera. So help us buy some stuff. You're gonna buy it anyway. Even if it's deodorant, I don't care. But anyway, check the link. We're gonna have the magnetic
Hardware, garage door hardware.
for the doors. And we'll give you guys an update as quick as some things come together. And truthfully, it should be pretty quick this week. We're gonna have trim starting. So we will get you updates throughout the process, and we just can't wait to share it with you. Thanks for watching, guys. Come back for more.